How's everybody doing in YouTube land? Wanted to come to you today with a review on my 2002 Alumacraft 1542. That's a 15-foot length, 42 width. It holds about 3 people. I've been on several big lakes with this boat and never had any issues. It looks like the capacities on this boat, 3 persons or 430 pounds, 745 persons and gear, and a max 25 horsepower motor on the back. With that being said, we maxed it out with the 25 horsepower Mercury Outboard. This motor's in great condition. I believe it's a 2001. I usually get up about 27 miles an hour. Glides through the water. I can hit plane, 1 man, 2 man, with some decent gear on it. It's called a crappie deluxe. It's designed for crappie fishing because you have the seats that swivel, and it's super comfortable. Your seats swivel, they're fairly comfortable. More gear I just recently added was a Minn Kota Edge 45 thrust. For this size boat, it's more than enough. I could definitely guide through the water troll pretty nicely, no issues whatsoever. This boat is sitting on a long trailer. That's the brand. I don't know if you heard of it before, but pretty good trailer. Haven't had any issues. Tires are good. Just keep the ball bearings oiled. Grease down real nicely. It has a fairly long tongue on it. Wish it was shorter for garage purposes, but we make do with it. No problem whatsoever. Just want to get into the boat and more of the accessories that we have. It actually has a radio installed on the boat with front and rear speakers. So turn it up here. Gets good volume, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and step in the boat to get a closer look at everything. Alright, we got our foot pedal controlled Minn Kota here. Just pull this here if you want to lift the Minn Kota up, no problem. It drops down into the water, and it's controlled by the foot pedal to go forward and rear. Turn this down a little bit. Alright, we have our 2 fish finders. I have a Lawrence Elite 4 chirp. And cut that bad boy on. You can see that. I also have a Humminbird. I use a Humminbird, just keep that on just to kind of compare and contrast to the Lawrence. Lawrence is a much better quality. Fish finder, highly recommended. We have our weight here. We can drop that down. It's a 15-pound, I believe, but let's see here. It's actually a 10. My 15-pound actually got stuck on a log or something, and I had to cut the cord on it, unfortunately. Moving right along here, we have our steering. We can power this boat forward, rear. We got just different rod holders on both sides. And this is also our steering for the back. You can see the back here, it moves. I can turn this thing, you can see that. Here, put our cell phone out the way. Have a live well. We can also use this as a cooler for beers, or you're on the water. It's nothing like a cold brew. We have a switchboard here that powers the live well. This controls all the power to the radio. We have a horn. We have the nav lights here. This is just the second seat back here. We got some storage compartments. You can store, bait and tackle, whatever your heart desires. Some life vests or cords. Actually have a paddle. All boats you need a paddle also, just in case you kind of want to steer into some areas. I have an extra long pole here. Man, this comes in handy when you want to push off without having to, you know, crank the motor up. We have that back speaker I was telling you about here. Got a thing here you want to have a cold drink. And more storage on this side. Definitely comes in handy. Got some more rod holders on the back, as you can see. All right, we come back here, and we have our 5-gallon fuel tank. We got our second battery in the back, and we actually have one in the front. I recently also installed a bilge pump here. You know, if we have any water that comes into the boat, we can definitely you know, pump that right out after it gets about maybe 2 inches or so. Right now I have a little water in the back from some rain that got, you know, by my cover. It's not causing any issues, probably about a ½ inch. That's still water here. Let's see here. And through the bilge pump, this water actually pumps through here and pumps right outside the boat. Luckily I haven't even had to use that, you know, it has, but just in case emergencies, you know, we have that backup. All right, moving back to the front of the boat here. All right, under the seats you can actually use additional storage. This is where the second battery is. I use this one for the trolling motor, and also it powers this nice adapter if you want to use it for a cell phone charger, your GPS, whatever you like. This is for my pliers here. That's in a great place. Got some more cup holders in the front. Let's see here, anything else I'm missing? You know, it's definitely a nice roomy boat. You know, let me get myself in this shot here for a moment. Yeah, you know, so YouTube, if you were considering a boat, I would recommend Alumacraft. You know, you have Low, Alumacraft, you got Tracker. I mean, so many brands out there, but for a small 2-3 man boat, Alumacraft is right there in the middle of the pack. This boat's been nothing but a lot of fun since I've had it. I found it on Craigslist for a pretty good deal, you know, off season. So the guy, he needs to get rid of it and make some immediate purchases. So took it off his hands, and it's been a lot of fun, man. I've had it basically through 1 season. So excited for the weather to warm up. Can't wait to get out on the water, really start catching some bass. My dad loves crappie fishing, so can't wait to take him out when he visits. He's been trying to insinuate that he wants the boat, you know, once I upgrade. So we'll see. You know, the jury's still out, but he'll definitely have first pick, you know, at the end of the day. That's my pops, and he's probably he's the main reason I'm gonna call myself a fisherman now. So can't wait to get him on the water, spend some time with him. You know, hopefully have some great days out there, slam some bass, and he really loves crappie fishing. So hopefully we do pretty well. So that's basically the full review. Why not? Why don't I crank up the motor? You know, let you guys hear it and see how smooth it is. All right, let's go ahead and get out this boat here. All right, let's see here. Crank up the motor. So right now we have this special plug. So you never want to crank your outboard up without running water through it, or have a constant flow of water, or being submerged in water. It'll actually burn your motor out. So let me get some water going to that boat, and we'll crank up, man. You know. Let's see here. Some water flowing. So as you can see, the water is actually pumping to the boat. Outboard. All right, we'll come right over here. See how this girl cranks up. Oh man, she cranks up like a dream on the first crank. already spitting water. So you always want to make sure you're spitting water as she runs. Alright, let me just probably can't hear me that well. Let me put her in forward gear. Let's see. Here. Alright, so definitely get the picture on that. Alright, let's go ahead and turn that off here. Alright, cool. So turn this water off. But for the most part, that's my review of the Alumacraft Crabby Deluxe 2002. Great boat. Highly recommended. Alright, YouTube, I'm signing out.